My setup has progressed a lot in the past 5 years, so I'm going to be showing you guys my 5-year gaming setup progression. In 2019 was when I actually had my first gaming setup, which was this old HP laptop, and I connected it to an office mouse with a small mouse pad to play games. I would play games like Roblox and record videos on it because I always wanted to become a gaming YouTuber. I had my desk in the living room, so I was playing on my games and recording where it was loud. This laptop would glitch a lot and it was very slow, but it did the job, and at the time I was very happy that I could at least record. The laptop could only run games like Roblox and browser games, so I wasn't really introduced to any other popular games at the time. Fast forward to 2020, a bit after Christmas in 2019, and I had finally got a console, which was a massive upgrade from the laptop. I was finally able to play games at a good performance, but sadly I was limited to the games I could play since my family didn't want me to play violent video games. So the game I was stuck playing was a multiplayer game called Growtopia. It wasn't terrible, I just wasn't a big fan of it, but later on was when I was able to convince my mom to play Fortnite, and I was finally able to play. This decision may have been a bad choice because I began to play Fortnite a lot. I would record clips and make montages on my PS4 and post them on my old YouTube channel. I also invested in a mouse and keyboard because I wanted to get really good at the game. I got this T-Dagger mouse for around $13 and this iMice keyboard in person for around the same price. This was probably the first time my setup actually looked like a setup. At the time, I was so happy with the setup and I thought it couldn't get any better because I had already had everything I need to play games. And before this, I would just play on games on my laptop. Now in December of 2021, I got a PC for Christmas. It was a Dell Optiplex gaming PC that looked pretty old, but it was kind of a sleeper build for Fortnite. It was rocking an Nvidia GT 1030 for the graphics card and an i7 4790 for the CPU with 8GB of RAM. I got it for around $800, which now that I look back on it, it was a ripoff. I was able to get 400 FPS in creative and like 150 in battle royale after a lot of optimizations, which was good news. I also invested in a monitor, which was an Acer 1440p curved gaming monitor at 165Hz, which is still crazy to this day. My setup had finally started to look like one, and I was very happy with what I had gotten. Later on, I added this Galaxy mousepad from Amazon to my setup, and that was about it for this year. Now, 2022. I had done like no changes to my setup, and this year I just felt like I was lazy, which is not a good thing, but in 2023 I actually started to lock in. I felt so motivated to start building my setup, so I moved my desk into my room and sorted my room a little bit to where it would fit. I had also invested in a mouse, which was the Razer DeathAdder V2, and it was such a good mouse. My old PS4 also became another setup in my room where I could watch YouTube or movies and also play on it if I needed to. This right here is a T7 Xbox controller from GameSir, and it is the best budget gaming controller on the market right now. This controller out of the box comes with a USB wire to plug into your Xbox, PC, or any device that is compatible, as well as it comes with the controller itself, which is packaged very well, and on top of that, it comes with 1 month free of Xbox Game Pass. Now, what makes this controller really special is its Hall Effects joysticks that are literally designed to not get stick drift, as well as it has up to 5 million cycles for the joysticks. If you download the software, you will have even more customization with the triggers and buttons. These buttons are cushioned membrane, which makes it feel very accurate and well made. Right here, there's a microphone mute button if you need to mute when you play, and a 3.5mm headphone jack. It comes in 3 different colors, and I chose the creamsicle white one. When I play with this controller, it feels so responsive, and I'm able to play better than I normally do on other controllers. Fortnite right now has been pretty laggy and glitchy, but when I use this controller, I literally feel no delay and it feels so smooth. Like, I used to never be able to build like this, but now it becomes much easier. If you guys do want to get this controller for yourself, it will be linked down in the description, and thank you GameSir for sending out your controller. Alright, so this is basically how my setup looked. I had this kind of ugly curtain, and I took it out later on, which I'll show, and then this was just like a mirror area where I just added all like my body wash and like all of those things I would use in the shower, like face care and stuff. But then here was my desk, which I don't know if you guys can see, but like there was no room for me to put my legs under, which is probably the worst desk I could have gotten. Like, when I would sit down here, my legs would be tilted to one side and my posture was so bad. So yeah, I really needed to upgrade this desk. But yeah, here's my Dell Optiplex right here. As well, this was the Razer DeathAdder V2 that I got, and I still had like a office desk keyboard since the other RGB one I had wasn't that good, so I just used this one instead. Here's the monitor as well, and this is a Razer Blackshark V2. I'm pretty sure that's the headset, what it's called, and I also use that. And this was like a basic chair that I had, and I still have it. I really need to change it, to be honest. I think I'll probably get like an ergonomic one, but yeah. And then these are like these, I don't know why I have Olaf bed sheets, but yeah. Here's like another angle. This was the PS4 setup. As you can see, this was the same mirror with all the products and stuff, but this is where I put my TV. The PS4 was right here, and then the TV was just right here, and I'll just play on my PS4 or watch anything I need to. The cable management though was terrible. There was just cables everywhere, and it did not look good. And this is like a zoomed in picture right here. I just had my PS4 controller, a speaker, my TV, and yeah, it was pretty good at the time, but it definitely could have been better, and you guys will see later on I did change it and upgrade it a lot. Here's also one more picture. This is a bit after. I also upgraded my mouse right here. This is the Logitech G203, and I still have it to this day. It's a really good budget mouse if you guys are looking for one. It is kind of bulky, but it's a really good budget mouse, and it's very good quality for its price. This is a phone stand where I'd add my phone, and I just had gift cards right here as well. And then I also took down the curtains since they looked pretty bad, and yeah, I just had a view. And yeah, this is my monitor right here, and I feel like the vibe for this one looked really nice. And the main difference was the curtains that I took off, and I feel like taking them off really changed the vibe of the setup, and it looked really nice. I just needed to upgrade my peripherals and my desk. Yeah, this is just another picture if you guys want to see, but yeah, this one definitely looked better than the other one, but still needed some more improvement. Alright, later on I had the brilliant idea of moving the desk to another wall and switching my bed. So imagine my bed now going to the window, and my desk replaced where my bed was. And this was definitely better, as I had more opportunity to add personality to my setup and use the wall in the background. So yeah, I moved the desk right here. I also upgraded the keyboard right here. This is a random cheap mechanical keyboard that has like red switches, and I got it off of Amazon. And yeah, I still have the desktop keyboard right here. But yeah, I also downloaded Wallpaper Engine, as you guys can see with this lovely wallpaper. It definitely adds more, like, I don't know, it just makes the setup look better with the vibrant colors. Yeah, there's also another picture zoomed in. This is when I took everything off of it, and yeah. As well, this is a nighttime photo. I still am using Wallpaper Engine. To be honest, that's really carrying my setup right now. This wallpaper, if it was a bad wallpaper, the setup would be terrible. But now it's like mid. And yeah, I use the phone stand right here, and it looks pretty simple. And here's also a Galaxy mouse pad that I got from Amazon, so I added that back. And this is the box of the G203 that I got. Alright, for my gaming setup, I feel like this is probably the biggest jump. Actually no, this is not the biggest upgrade, but this is definitely a big upgrade I did. I got a new mouse pad, which is, I think it's topography or whatever, and it makes it look definitely better. I also have this microphone, which is not clear in this photo, but I'll show you in another photo. This is the Fine A6T amplified gaming microphone, if I'm not mistaken. And here's like a LED clock I added. This microphone, I was so happy when I got it, because it was like the first ARM microphone I got, and it looked pretty professional. So I was definitely happy when I had this to my setup. And this right here is like a LED clock, which I felt added more, like, it just added more depth to my setup. Here's another picture right here. And yeah, my setup definitely looks way better than it looked before. Alright, and for the biggest upgrades to my setup, this is how my setup basically looks now. I added a keyboard right here, which is a TechWare Phantom Elite Plus gaming keyboard. This is definitely a really good keyboard if you guys want to get it. I think it's brown switches, and it looks really nice, and it matches my whole setup theme. I also got this little sound mixer right here, which is the Maono G1 Neo, and I can control all my audio through here. And this is the Maono PD100X, another microphone, which is a new one that I got, and I hooked it up to my microphone arm. And yeah, that's basically my setup. As I move on, this is also another picture of the keyboard with my old desk, and this is like another close-up image. But I did do even more upgrades. Crazy. So as you guys can see, like, I had very terrible cable management. Like, my cables were all over the floor, and it didn't make the setup look good. As well, my bed was so messy, and just like the curtains were just bad, and everything was just dirty. So this is basically how it looks in its final form. That's me right there playing on the computer, but the cable management is so clean. Look, there's no cables in sight, literally. I added a monitor arm, which makes the monitor look so clean. We got these 3 motivational wallpaper art right here, new curtains, new bed sheets, and this LED bar on the side which projects light. And yo, this setup is looking fire, bro. Like, it looks really good. But yeah, that's basically my setup progression. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please drop a like and subscribe if you guys want to see more content like this, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.